First and foremost, big shout out to the love you guys have been showing on the last live reaction that I did, and especially that Traumerei's trauma video. You guys really messed with it. I did want to read the comments just to see how people were feeling about it. I have gone through them to some degree, but I didn't particularly answer everybody, so now I'm going to go through them and answer them. But like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell of dawn so the goals to the 13 months series doesn't get you, and you can stay notified. All right, let's get it. 忍びじゃなくてジャマイカボーイ不動で育った making noise 四六時中かかってこい It don't matter though Young nigga from Canada Brought from that bullshit and go like a matador 行けたら行くわ毎日俺のゴールへ書き出す I think he felt like Jihad betrayed him for Arlene, says Traveler Stars. And yes, something that I think about really often when it comes to these guys in the Great Pilgrimage, the 13 Great Words and everything, is just what the actual legitimate interpersonal relationships were between the varying family heads. Were some close and then maybe over time became close with other ones? Were there any hatred? Were there beef? Did friendships blow up before like things got towards the end? And because of the way that Traumerei and the Lopa BF family goes so hard for Jihad and everything, like the army and stuff, it's hard for us to not think that those two were probably close or tight. And Arlene was said by Gustang to be close with everyone. So she may have been that one person, that kind of connective glue, that even if there was a little bit of friction, she was the like bright light and joy that allowed people to at least be kind of, you know, courteous in the same area. Like they're not just fighting and being rambunctious. They're actually like, you know, getting along, even if they don't really like each other. So I wonder, part of me wonders sometimes if maybe Traumerei fell in love, but there's a part of me that thinks that he might not even understand the concept. But let's keep going. He mad he don't got no one to love. He just salty. I said, I feel it. He just don't got no bitches. He need to get his bitches. He do sound like he don't got no hoes, man. You feel what I'm saying? So, since he refers to Hendo as his friend, I think Traumerei's position might be Spirit Bearer. Since Hendo is a defender which protects the Spirit Bearer, they would be in each other's company enough to grow a deep friendship. And you counted him perfectly. I think I ended up saying the same thing you did. Kun Edwan and Hendo's Spirit Bearer stated that they were an unstoppable force. What did I say? Edwan and Hendo were a duo though. And while Anima is a special position, I'm willing to bet he usually played that role. I could have fixed that role, but you could be right. Yeah. This actually doesn't really have much to do with what I'm talking about too much. Actually, no. You're saying that him and Edwan could be close because of their positioning. No, never mind. I'm sorry. I hear you, but no, I don't think I agree. My guy. I wonder if Traumerei is asexual and or aromantic. We know that they can apparently reproduce without sex. This was mentioned in the case with Wang Wang and Nen. So perhaps all of his kids were even produced that way. Either way, it doesn't seem like the romantic type. I'm guessing we probably won't get much of the dynamics of the 13 warriors until Bam talks to more of them or Looselek. Shout out to Arihan for getting his needle in with urine though. That alone will always put him above Arihan in my opinion. On which I feel that. I'm not mad with that. Shout out to Arihan and Haigh-Rankers lips. Good to see the lips, you know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. I actually could understand what you're saying about the asexual, aromantic stuff. I don't know if he's asexual. That might not be true, but aromantic. Some people they might make love, but they don't fall in love, and it's possible with Traumerei, because you guys know I call him a freak. He's a freak. You're freaky over there about breed hair right now. I can't wait any longer. Do you think that sometimes he dominates and controls these animals and beasts and creatures? Because and tells him to do things like this because he's trying to understand, because you're like, yo, Wang, you clearly like Nenea. I put you guys in the same confined space in this luxurious hotel. I believe it was a high-end hotel. And what more do you need? It's time. So maybe sometimes I wonder if he's using like his animal people to like try to understand like interpersonal relationships and romantic dating and whatnot a little deeper. I that could just be my head going off the deep end, but yeah. Any replies here? Ooh. Not to mention none of his kids really look like him, yet all of them, other than the great family kids, have strong traits of their family head, plus can't really see the man having wives. It's possible. Scobe 12. One of my elite. I also think his trauma is a result of the love triangle and the fallout of the family head due to said relationships. Very interesting how you connected it to his powers, though. No, the fallout part is not bad. So it could have been possible that when the fallout with Arlene and Jihad happened and stuff, maybe he was like, "See, this is why we don't do this. Love is not it. We don't like these." You know, you know what I'm saying? So that's crazy. I wonder if. No, I think when you say love triangle, you probably mean V. But I still there's still a part of me that wonders if Traumerei liked Arlene in any capacity. Traumerei's Trauma sound like a hard album. You know what I'm saying? Great video, Naya. I agree with you on the obsession and control and domination. P.S. Even when you're talking about Traumerei, a family head, you just have to have love on screen. Yeah, your love gotta be there, bro. And here's something I want to say too, because I think it's important to note this. The reason, like, I could totally understand being frustrated with human relationships and people who have autonomy of mind and body. So you're like, I can't deal with this, but I have the ability to force my will on them, dominate them, and make them do exactly what I want. And maybe not being in control for so long, maybe seeing his friends splinter off into these relationships, leaving him alone and blah blah blah, because those weren't people and things he could just control, like Geppetto and Pinocchio. I believe that's why this ability of his is so powerful. I'm sure other family heads, because positions are kind of interchangeable a little bit. I'm sure they can kind of I'm sure Jihad can control an anima or use anima. Some of them can, but his ability with it is by far the best, probably because of this. That's just my headcanon though. I'm not saying it's legit. I don't think it was Jihad. In Arlene's diary, it was stated that Jihad had a crush on Arlene from the very beginning, so him changing due to his love for Arlene is not something that happened during the journey. Let me reread that, sorry. I don't think it was Jihad. In Arlene's diary, it was stated that Jihad had a crush on Arlene from the very beginning. So him changing to his love for Arlene is not something that happened during the journey. Okay, I got you. He always sent for her throughout the journey. Traumerei said that he dominates those guys by force, and him dominating Jihad isn't likely, as the situation is the other way around. It's either of the two, V or Arlene. Even Gustang said Arlene was someone who got along with anyone, so it's a high chance she got along with this weirdo. He is a weirdo. I'm not letting him off the hook for that. Sorry, I was looking at my phone real quick. Okay. I think my only pushback is your beginning part, because it's not like I'm sure Jihad liked Arlene for many years, but for a long time. But just because you like somebody, you have a crush on somebody, doesn't necessarily mean you're fully acting on it, right? It's possible that as he got older and they matured and he wanted to do more, and maybe V started coming to picture, that's when things got testy. I don't think him solely just liking her from the get-go means that, no, that couldn't be the reason. Love grows, love changes, love mutates, right? So, yeah, well, I like that comment. I like that. Now I'm playing character. At the beginning, I thought he used a face mask in order to put a barrier between him and his charming voice and everyone else, not to accidentally control them. That's interesting. But this theme seems to be going another direction. The desire to not be betrayed ties to his ability to control others. I like this one. You guys like that? I was spitting, huh? I was spitting for once in my life. Here's the thing. The face mask thing that I said, I think what you said, it would be interesting if that was a reasoning behind it. But I'm sure he could control people without having to give a command. I'm sure he can just be like, "Yes, Ratcha, I want you to make it clap." Just do this, right? And he makes it clap. The mask part that I made, I could be wrong about him not really trying to breathe the air of like the trifles and commoners around him. That's just something that I kind of thought, because the mask is the one part of his design that I'm iffy on. I'm not sure why it's there, but it's cool. Maybe it's just because of the times we're in, He puts his mask on and he social distances. My theory, whoever beat Jihad will go higher floors but can't come back. All right. Propane, man. I'm of the opinion that the one who feels betrayed who he feels betrayed him is Arlene. It was said that she got along with everyone, but she eventually ran away with V and waged war against him. That's gotta sting if they were close. Maybe Traumerei feels that if she didn't fall in love with V, she would have stayed with them. My only question for you, if you see this and you see me read your comment, is I want to know what you would think about what if she loved Jihad though? Do you still think that would be problematic for Traumerei? Would he perceive it the same way? Because it's possible that, let's say, hypothetically speaking, she likes Jihad and runs away with him. It's possible. Or maybe she runs away with Jihad, V gets mad, leaves with like loose leg, and comes back and still wages war. Like the conflict could still blow up in the same fashion. But I like what you had to say. Solid. Algorithm, shout. I think it's because of V and Arlene that Traumerei is like this. That's fair. Quicks. I think it's V. Considering he started a whole war and seems to still be buddy-buddy with Jihad, even to the point he's in this ward while his dumbass family is getting dropped like flies. He also mentioned it was somebody who was in love. Can't ignore the massive oversized black jacket too. To further prove this weirdo status, Wang Wang got killed because of somebody else who couldn't be controlled. He's so insecure he just keeps killing people in case they betray him. The boy needs therapy. Don't even start me on what he's making his pets do. I'm just like happy that some of us are on this stage. Like he's like, you're a freak, dude. He's a freak. The mask point, lol. He definitely a glue character amongst the 13 grade heads. He definitely has high IQ. His relationship may be slightly strained since Jihad issued that order at the end of season 2. But the order had nothing to do with the Lopabia family. The order had to do with the Pobedao family, the regulars. And why do I ever remember the last one? Something about F.U.G, but still. So I can't agree with that part of what you said. But however, him being a glue character, Tony, is interesting. I would like to see like Arlene seemed like that connective tissue to me more than it would be Traumerei. But I'm interested in knowing why you think that. So tell me. That order put us onto motion by Shani Corn in the chaos, Lopabia, Jihad Army. She's even making the family has appear. Yeah, she out here making moves, man. This dude stood up and I was like, holy shit, he wants to get mauled. He's tall, dude. I need to go back and start reading this again. I was so into this, but then I was a long break, so I forgot about it. Come back, Addy. We need you. Traumerei is still the drip king. I don't give a F what anyone says. I don't think his design is bad by any stretch of the imagination. I think he's clean. Just he a freak. East to West reacts. Hey, go give him a follow, man. He makes Tower God content too. Go check out his channel. Give him a follow. That's my guy. I'm with you in the love triangle. I also think the other family heads became distant due to personal interests, not just relationships. At Gustang and his research with the workshop, his loneliness reminds me of an apex predator who just plays an animal theme. Like when you're at the pinnacle, who or what can you have stand by your side? He keeps everyone in his family at a great distance for some reason. I like what you had to say there. Because here's what I'm thinking, right? No, you're right too. I definitely think that people got their own interest and went off to do their own things. Like, I have this is a very lame example, but like maybe REA's like, yo, the blade raw, I need to study the blade, right? So, and then other people were developing their abilities. And you know what, Dewan was out there in them cheeks. He's freaking. He's over there doing what he's got to do. So you know what, Dewan was on a different wave. So it's definitely possible. But I liked everything most of you guys had to say. Again, thank you for showing love on that video. Definitely go show love on this video too. Like, subscribe, hit the bell of dawn so the Ghost 13 Month series does not get you. And y'all be safe. I'm going to be out. Shout out to the Patreon gang, my CBLs, the Priests of Fire, but especially my tier 3 subscribers, the 5th Zen God. Shout out to Abdel, Brian, Chromizone, Tris, Cayenne, Chris, Miles, Revenant, Scobe, Shot It To Your Body, Simi, and Sunny Kathapali. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you.